Hello, lovely viewers of the YouTube. This is Martha Starcraft, and I'm here with another 1v1 for you between ROOTDestiny, our pink Zerg, and our yellow Protoss Overpowered. Overpowered is a Masters League player. That's pretty much all the information I was able to gather on him from SC2 ranks. I wasn't able to Google too much about the guy, other than I know that this is a show match on Xel'Naga Caverns. So this should be pretty fun to watch. ROOTDestiny, obviously a very good Zerg player, was once part of Team Root. I'm pretty sure the Team Root has dissolved. I don't know the full story behind it. I did check out their page, and they said that their team is pretty much just going away. I'm not sure if they got absorbed into any other team or what's going on there. So if you guys know, drop in the comments below. I'd love to know the full story as to why the Team Root is going away, since some of my favorite people play on that team. Root Cat, ROOTDestiny, Root Minigun, they're all just great players, so I wish them all the best, and I'm sure they will be either picked up by another team, or if they're merging with another team, then I'm sure they'll do just fine there. But either way, Team Root going away, but the players will be playing, I'm sure. It looks like we got Overpowered doing a little bit of mineral harass, but not much, just kind of grabbing some minerals and scooting on out before anything catches him. And now he's going to be going over here and patrolling at the natural, try to prevent that expansion for as long as possible. Which, as a Zerg, that's pretty common when you're playing Protoss. You always expect them to kind of snatch that and try to delay your expansion as long as possible, either by pylon blocking or doing a little patrolling here with their probe. And ROOTDestiny says screplay.com. That's where you want to get all your stuff. But that's automated when you download the replays. Anyway, that's what usually in the pro scene what you see is Protoss always do that, either pylon blocking or probe blocking. And a Zerg will always typically grab their pool first, especially on a map like this where you know where your opponent is. You really don't have to scout them out too much. You can just you always want to grab your pool first, because 99.9% of the time they're going to try to delay that expansion as long as possible. And that is exactly what Destiny did. He grabbed his pool first. Now, on bigger maps, it depends. If they scout you and you see the probe come in well before you're ready for an expansion, if you see the probe come into your main, you definitely want to grab that pool first, because then you know that he's going to grab and delay your expansion as long as he can. But if he doesn't, and he isn't able to find you in time, you might be able to get that 15 hatch down well before the probe shows up, which is optimal. But on a map like this where there's only one spawning position, I mean, you don't really have much of a choice. So he's going to be grabbing that pool and grabbing that hatchery, and still no gas right now for Destiny. So late speedlings looks like what he's going to be going for, while we have Overpowered here grabbing very early Stalker. So potentially some sort of 2, 3, or 4 gate, though the 4 gate seems unlikely since he's not chrono boosting out the warp gate, and he's going to be doing a little bit of pushing here. So but Destiny is going to see that with his 2 Zerglings, know it's coming, and react appropriately. We do have a couple. We have a queen out, a second queen out now, so he's going to have that queen out ready to go, and the spine crawler going down as well. He's going to be looking like he's going to be connecting his bases. It's only a Stalker and a Zealot, but this could do decent amount of damage if you're not ready for it, and he gets there just as the hatch pops, so he's going to do some damage to it. And we'll see ROOTDestiny probably pull up his Zerglings soon, or maybe pop potential in a few new Zerglings. He's going to drag his queens down here, actually, so it looks like that's what his plan is. And when this spine crawler pops, don't be surprised to see it move down to the natural, as that's typically what you want to do as a Zerg. Get a couple spine crawlers at the front and just drone up for as long as you can. And there he is, poking away, and Overpowered smartly just pulling back. And the Zerglings also, I think, yes, there they are. Gonna be popping out here and doing some damage to that Zealot, but he is gonna just kind of be poking up back and forth, doing as much damage, trying to get a free Overlord there, but not really gonna do much. He has 4 Zerglings on the field, 6, I'm sorry. 4 is natural here to defend, 2 down here, just keeping an eye out. He is dropping a pylon here, so it does look like he went 3-gate Expo was his build, and so gonna be looking to grab that expansion. And still no gas, so we're looking at very, very late gas, which is very Spanishiwa style. And actually, there he goes, grabbing those gas right now, and he's grabbing all 4 at once, so that is extraordinarily Spanishiwa style, where Spanishiwa always waits to about the 42, 44 food mark before grabbing all 4 gas at once. That way you can have this huge influx of gas. The problem is that it relies heavily on queens and spine crawlers to help you defend, and Zerglings on creep if you need them, since you don't really have speedlings very, very early at all. So you need to make sure you're able to defend that and keep up with the production, keep up with the pressure. And if he decides to do some early pressure, say against a Terran 2 racks, you need to be very, very cautious. Make sure you have those spine crawlers up. But the benefit is that when you finally are up and running and you say you have all 4 gases, you have that extra queen. Sometimes you'll see Spinichi with a 4th queen. Almost always actually see him with a 4th queen, but Destiny just going 3 queens. It allows such good creep spread early game where you're able to just spread that creep as far as you need it to. And here we go, grabbing 2 more spine crawlers. He's got some a little bit extra minerals, so feeling a little feels safe to grab those extra spine crawlers for that defense. So really, and another one going down, and another one. So 5 spine crawlers. Interesting. So really just focusing on droning up, it looks like, and maybe just teching up. Not really focusing on any early roaches or early speedlings or anything like that. Just grabbing what he thinks is necessary just to continue to drone up, and layer tech going down, speedling not quite going down yet, but his gas is more than ready to do that. So maybe we'll see some speedling upgrade going down as well. We do have a robo facility going down as well for Overpowered. Grabbing that robo facility, you'll see early observers almost 100% of the time. Grabbing those early observers, he is going to lose that overlord there, but it's not going to food block him. He was prepped for that. Now he's got his 4th gateway up and running. So 4 gate into a facility, and there's the observer just to get keep tabs on his Zerg enemy. So nothing too exciting yet, other than a little bit of an unusual play from Destiny himself, more of a Spinichi style play. We'll see how that pays off for him. If we take a look at the units tab, actually, he is 12 workers ahead of his opponent, which is significant at this point in the game, too. So, so far paying off, especially since Overpowered really isn't pressuring him too much, and it looks like he's gearing up to take his 3rd. So yeah, another thing, guys, feel free to subscribe, a little button up top. I'll even put a link on the video to subscribe. If you subscribe, baby Jesus will be reborn, and if you're not a Jesus lover, then you'll win $1 million. I would thoroughly appreciate it. It helps me out a great ton. I just hit the 60 sub mark. I've only been doing this for a couple months now, which I think is pretty successful. Going back and listening to some of my older casts, it's pretty funny how, I mean, I'm not the best caster in the world, but I've so improved over the time. Just going back to my Xel'Naga games, for one, where I really didn't know how to speak well. My speech was not fast and fluid enough. I wasn't quite sure what I was talking about too much. But casting more, playing a lot, and watching other casts a ton, it's really improved my casting. It's kind of fun just to kind of go back and listen to some of my terrible casts. So subscribing, as I was saying, helps me out a great deal, so don't be afraid to do so. And Destiny has a bajillion Zerglings out, and he's clearing out the gold too, so maybe double Expo. He does have a lot of Zerglings. They should have the 1-1 up, and the 1-1 up is actually just about to finish up, and we got a lot of Infestors on the way too. Infestors could be very potent, especially against this little dinky army here. What is he's going for his 3rd, so an early 3rd. Very bizarre. You never want to let a Protoss get his 3rd, and he gave up on the rocks. The rocks have thwarted Overpowered. That's sad for him, and now we're dropping a couple of changelings, and the changelings get killed. Didn't really get much scouting information in there. Grabbing a few more gateways. We have High Templar going to be going on the way, so that'll be extremely effective against mass Zerglings like this, and now he's grabbing his 3rd. A little bit on the later side, but still not too late, and he's been able to support himself on the 2 bases very well, since he has been allowed to drone up like crazy, and these 5 spine crawlers are going to help him out, but he is going to see this, getting to know that there's a lot of Infestors in play, and it looks like Overpowered is just, not Overpowered, Destiny just doesn't care about the Observer, if he's even seen it. But either way, I'm going to take a real quick drink here. We also have Neural Parasite going down as well, which is absolutely not useful in this situation. I don't think, since he doesn't know, he tried to get a scout off with those changeling, doesn't know. I think all he saw was a Robo Bay, maybe expecting some sort of Colossus. But since there are no Colossus in the field right now, not even a Robo Bay on the ground, just a facility, you're not going to get any Colossus, so his Neural Parasite, though not completely useless to have, it is good in case of emergency, maybe he wants to take over the mines of a High Templar, are ultimately not too useful right now. I'm not saying that he's behind. In fact, very much of Destiny's ahead. But and he does have the minerals to kind of throw away a little bit, but it would have been better used on some sort of troops. But it looks like he's going to be pushing in the back door now. Going to be denying that 3rd. Seeing this, here we go. He's going to be a little sort of swarming into a regular move to get us around, and then he runs away. All right, that was like like a Zerg strip club, like it was a tease. They kind of ran in, surrounded him, like, "Ooh, baby, you like this? You like this? Too bad," and then runs off. Bizarre, bizarre, bizarre. Curious why he didn't really push there. Alright, so, sorry about that. I know there was a bit cut of speech right there. I just got a phone call letting me know my mom's coming home from the hospital. So, I apologize. I don't remember exactly where it was, but it looks like we got a lot of Zerglings and Infestors. The Observer is going to see this well before anything happens, and the Observer's probably freaking out right now because of the amount of creep that is all the way to his base, and there's so many creep tumors, so Destiny's on top of his creep spread. And we do have the Overlord going around. Then there was a hallucination and Psystorm being researched. Hallucination... useful in some situations. Maybe he'll hallucinate some Colossi, and that'll be actually like just to frighten Destiny, see what's going on there. But we'll see what happens. Looks like we do have a Changeling in the army, kind of just joining him, and now he's dead. Okay, so moving on, he's going to be grabbing his third here. He was able to delay it a little bit with that quick run-in with the Zerglings, a little striptease that he had going, but he just has one Zergling here, just kind of moving the route, doing some damage. It is actually going to get past that shield there and now actually do some real damage. And now we have a huge swarm of Zerglings that are split right down the middle. Maybe surround? No, just to do a little bit of poking action. And the other Zergling's going to run and join his brothers. No, this way, brothers, down here. We will kill everything. And then they quickly swarm. And they're going to be taking this third. He's going to be forced to cancel or he's going to lose it. Crap. I think he canceled. Since it was pretty far along. And now he's moving up into the encounter here with the Zerglings, and no, too many Zealots for a new encounter. Back, forth, Destiny can't make up his mind. I'm really just keeping, I was going to call him Overblood, but, Overpowered contained here, and now a bunch of Zerglings are going to be forced to run back. The army is going to be pushed, but while he pushes, his other half of his Zerglings is going to run in here and do a ton of damage. It looks like they are going to be going unchecked. If we look at the minimap, he's not pulling his army back at all, and he's going to run right into the mineral line and stop the cannon, take out those workers, and now he's pulling his army back, but too little too late. He has killed 33 workers and climbing now at this point. Overpowered, going to be forced to just kind of do some quick damage control. And at this point, if he can't stop this attack, it is going to force the all-in push from Overpowered. And he's going to be running a few of his charge lots in here, and is going to be moving his probes out. But not before ROOTDestiny tries to take them out here. And they are kind of clogged. They are going to escape here, gliding past everything, because if you right-click on a mineral, they can glide past anything in their path. Any worker can do that. So just keep that in mind as a trick. If you just right-click on a mineral, they are able to glide out of there. It looks like Overpowered is going to ignore the Zerglings in here and move up to push while he just finishes off everything he can. He's going to be taking out this Nexus. There is going to be no defense from Overpowered at all. So let's see. He's going to move it on this the center of the map here. And if he just uses this, maybe he'll get off some creep tumors to kill the speed. That'd be actually really, really essential with what kind of units he has on the field right now, primarily all the Zerglings and Infestors. But it looks like he is not going to kill off any creep tumors, and he's going to hallucinate a ton of Zealots as ROOTDestiny is expanding behind all this pressure. Now he's going to kill off the creep tumors. And the Infestors are going to do here, and they're going to drop a bunch of fungal growths to delay that push, do a lot of early damage to those Zealots. It looks like a lot of real Zealots were caught there. Even though some of them were hallucinations, which does help a lot of hallucinated ones in that group right there. Now we have a Roach Zergling army here to just encounter this, and he is so supply blocked that he's not going to be able to reinforce this at all. This has to be well microed by Overpowered in order to do any damage whatsoever, dropping down more Psystorms, which is really smart, but he's getting surrounded by Zerglings and Roaches. He can pull his Roaches out of there, and he is just hurting from all those fungal growths. If we take a look at his health, he is just not looking good. Now he's going to come into this wall of spine crawlers, and all the hallucinations just kind of popped out of nothing. We got a bunch of Roaches over there that are burrowed, waiting for the prime opportunity to attack. And Infestors is joining the fray, dropping down more fungal growth. We got a lot of feedbacks going down to stop that energy. But now he's going to be unburrowing all of his Roaches here, and he's going to be ending this. This looks like it's going to go in Destiny's favor. Destiny has won this game. There is no way he could have come back. Overpowered. He put up a valiant effort, but the Zergling counterattack really put him behind and actually kind of sealed the deal. And since he was going on his fourth base, Destiny, he had the minerals to just remax his army with whatever units he deemed necessary, and he was able to clean this up quite nicely. So guys, as I said again, please subscribe. That really helps me out. I look forward to casting for you guys continually. So like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you enjoy my casting, and I hope to see you guys next cast.